7.
And breaking news, 2 NYPD sergeants shot in the Bronx. 1 sergeant is dead, along with the suspect.
And good evening again. I'm Diana Williams.
And I'm Sade Better-Noir. It is a very busy news day. A lot happening right now. We are expecting Mayor de Blasio and the police commissioner to hold a news conference when it happens. We will bring it to you live.
The shooting, it happened on Noble Avenue at Bronx River Avenue in the Van Ness section. And Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger, first on the scene, now still live at the scene with the latest for us. Josh?
And Diana, the scene, as I said, has calmed down a lot as police officers here and from every rank absorb the horrible news that one of their own has succumbed to his injuries. Let me step out of the way and show you what the scene looks like right here. They're reconfiguring some of their crime scene unit vehicles, the Force Investigation Division on the scene, because they come out whenever a police officer discharges his weapon, and that happened several times, of course, in the midst of this gun battle this afternoon. Let's show you video from the scene. This all started a couple hours ago now, a few blocks away from here, 1460 Beach. It was a call of a man harassing and possibly robbing a female acquaintance. Police arrived as the suspect was running away, got into a car and drove away. Police chased that car a few blocks away here to the corner of Bronx River Avenue and Noble Avenue, where they had a collision with that suspect's car in front of a self-storage unit facility here. And at that point, there was a gun battle between the suspect and at least 2 sergeants. I'm told there were more officers on the scene as well. A police source tells me that there is video of the suspect shooting one of those sergeants point blank, and we believe that is the sergeant who was pronounced dead at Jacobi Hospital a short while ago. A second sergeant here on the scene was also shot. Other officers returned fire and killed the suspect. We have new sound from one of the eyewitnesses who was here when the chaotic gun battle took place.
When I drove up into my driveway, right at that moment, there were police cars passing by, and then shortly thereafter, there were about 8 or 9 shots, at least. Simultaneously, almost. As the cops were going by, the shots were going. Rapid succession, 8 or 9 shots.
I actually thought they were fireworks, and so I got outside and I seen all these cops, and right away I knew they couldn't be fireworks. They were obviously shots. The block was full of cops. It was just like insane. That was closed over there, and we couldn't walk anywhere. So it wasn't chaotic, but there was a lot of people trying to find out what was going on, and the whole block was just full of cops and detectives right away.
It's still not clear exactly what led to the initial confrontation that led to a 911 call that called police here. Those 2 sergeants, we are told, are assigned to the 43rd Precinct, where we are currently in the confines of that precinct. Coming back to a live picture right now, the scene being held right now by the crime scene unit of the NYPD. I'm not sure if you could see from this vantage point, but a lot of investigators wearing Tyvek hazmat suits so that they don't contaminate what we are told is a very bloody scene. We're live in the Van Ness section of the Bronx. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, thank you, Josh. And the mayor and the police commissioner are at Jacobi Medical Center, and that's where Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan is right now.
Jim?
Yeah, Diana, and they will hold a news conference scheduled now for 6 o'clock right here at the hospital. Dozens of police officers here at the scene. Many came here to comfort the family and friends of the 2 sergeants who were shot this afternoon. We are hearing that the second police officer, the one who has survived his injuries, he was shot in the leg. His injuries are not considered life-threatening, but a lot of police officers here at the scene to comfort the family and the friends of those 2 sergeants, one, of course, one of whom has already died from his injuries after being shot at point blank range. We are told there must have been some shootout, must have been some scene here there in Van Ness. We are told that in addition to the 2 sergeants and another police officer who were at the scene, there was also a young man from the police academy, still hadn't graduated from the police academy, who was in the vehicle there at the time of the shootout. He was not hurt in the shooting, but we are told he was there. It must have been a harrowing harrowing scene for him to see that and to see the really firsthand the danger that he faces in taking on this career. Again, we're waiting for a news conference. Should start about 6 o'clock. The mayor and the police commissioner are here at the hospital. They've been talking to family and friends. They've been talking also to the doctors here and investigators, trying to piece together exactly what happened. When they talk here at 6 o'clock, we should get a few details about exactly what happened here. For now, reporting live, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jim, thank you. Now to another breaking story. 3 people stabbed at Rutgers University.
One suspect is in custody. This attack happened at the business school in Piscataway. Eyewitness News reporter A.J. Ross is there live now with the latest. A.J.?
Diana, the business school remains blocked off and police are still surrounding it, even though the rest of campus has been deemed safe. Now, there is a suspect in custody and 2 people are being treated for stab wounds. This all happened just a couple hours ago, around 2:30 this afternoon at the Rutgers Business School on Rockefeller Road. The circumstances of the stabbing incident are still unclear, but what we do know is 3 people were injured, including the individual police now have in custody. The university sent out several alerts as police converged from every direction, encouraging people to stay away from the business school and shelter in place for several hours. Some video we obtained from a student appears to show a professor on a stretcher, but for now, the university isn't confirming who was injured during this incident. We did, however, speak with a student who was inside the business school as this tense and unnerving situation was happening.
I was actually terrified. I mean, I'm right across from here. What if somebody had tried to come in here? It happened. It was a good response. It was quick, and I think that's pretty good. I mean, it keeps you safe.
Now back here live here outside the business school, you can see there's about a dozen officers still to the side of the business school at this hour. Again, this investigation is very much ongoing. What we do have confirmed at this point is 3 people with stab wound injuries. 1 person is the alleged attacker. We're still hoping to get some information from the university in the coming minutes before the 6 p.m. news. Live at Rutgers University, I'm A.J. Ross, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
AJ, thank you. We've been telling you it's a busy news day. More breaking news, and this time in Caldwell, New Jersey, where several homes are on fire. It started at around 3 p.m. at 29 Orchard Street. That home has been destroyed. It then spread to 2 other homes, one of which has also been reduced to ash. Firefighters are still trying to put out the flames at the 3rd home. At this point, no injuries have been reported. And anytime you need those breaking news alerts, remember you can follow the developments with our breaking news alerts on our free downloadable news app, ABC7 NY.
We are just 2 days away from the TCS New York City Marathon. The opening ceremony underway right now in Central Park.
It is the kickoff celebration to the city's biggest sporting event. And take a look. Thousands of people have already come together near the starting line, and we're going to bring you the Parade of Nations live coming up.
Start Marathon morning with the Eyewitness News team. Live coverage begins at 7 a.m. with Eyewitness News Marathon Sunday, followed by the TCS New York City Marathon, only on ABC 7.
The TCS New York City Marathon app, powered by Tata Consultancy Services, has everything you need for Marathon Week. Get event schedules, maps, and track runners' progress in real time. Stay connected every step of the way. Download now.
Springtime buds, blossoms bloom, busy bees, morning dew, soothing sun, a peak of green, hardy red, pick trees clean. From the orchard to the farm, corner store on your arm. Fresh and crisp, this year they're great. From blossom to awesome, they're from New York State. New York State apples, millions of local branches near you.
I meditate to crush it.
I meditate to make it through the finish line.
I meditate to stop counting my likes.
I meditate to not freak out.
I meditate to be a people person.
I meditate to have the edge.
I meditate because I'm the father of 2 teenage girls.
I meditate to get buckets.
I meditate to go full salsa.
I meditate because my girlfriend told me to.
The TCS New York City Marathon app, powered by Tata Consultancy Services, has everything you need for Marathon Week. Get event schedules, maps, and track runners' progress in real time. Stay connected every step of the way. Download now.
Right now, thousands of people from across the globe have gathered for the opening ceremony of the TCS New York City Marathon.
We're going to return to coverage of the Parade of Nations in just a few minutes. You know, remember that pit in your stomach you have before the race gets started?
Yeah, you've done one.
Yeah, you're just anxious. And you're anxious about the weather, too, right, Lee?
And it's looking good, though, right?
Absolutely. I can calm your nerves about that. I mean, you go back to last year, and it was the warmest New York City Marathon since 2005. We're in the 60s the year before, so blustery with wind chills in the 30s. This year, just a nice, normal November day. We'll start out around 50 degrees, slowly climb through the low and middle 50s. Maybe the only fly in the ointment is a wind gust that can go to about 20 miles an hour at times. We should be in the upper 50s during the afternoon hours. And again, when you look at the race course, you are dealing with either a headwind or even a crosswind once you get in Manhattan till about mile 20, and then a little help down the home stretch until you get to the last quarter mile and heading north in the park. Again, a headwind again, but should be bright sunshine and pretty exhilarating there. Our temperatures right now at 57, sunshine now turning dark as we have a sunset moments away. One more sunset after 5 o'clock. Don't forget, we set the clocks back tomorrow night. That's Central Park. Nice foliage there this weekend. Should be a very pretty scene for the end of the marathon. And notice overnight, clear skies, lower 40s, 30s in the suburbs. Definitely frosty outside the city. You can see these temperatures to start the day tomorrow. Few patchy clouds. It does get breezy during the day, and sunny to partly cloudy skies. Highs in the upper 50s again. Your 7-day AccuWeather forecast looks like this. So we'll go with a 59 tomorrow. Turn the clocks back tomorrow night. The sunrise on Sunday right around 6:30. Sunset 4:47. So we do get the extra hour of sleep. About 57 for your high temperatures. Some wind gusts around 20 miles an hour. Now Monday we take a little step back into the middle 50s, and then Election Day. Look how mild it is. We should be at least in the middle 60s. Perfectly sunny to partly cloudy day. Really nice. 61 on Wednesday, and then a little cooler. It looks like it's going to be fairly breezy on Wednesday and Thursday. Your high temperatures will be in the low 60s on Wednesday, upper 50s on Thursday. Our next chance of rain, maybe not until next Friday, and temperatures in the upper 50s. And there's some growing evidence that maybe we get the coldest shot of the season so far coming in next weekend. Wonder if highs don't get stuck in the 40s next weekend. So we'll be watching that very closely for you. In the meantime, though, for everybody pouring into the city, everybody that wants to watch the race.
Diana's ready to run.
It does kind of pump you up a little bit. I will do push-ups right after we leave the city.
Okay.
Should be nice this weekend.
I'm going to get that on video.
Okay, maybe I won't. Phew.
Okay. It is now time to kick off the TCS New York City Marathon. The opening ceremony is underway right now in Central Park.
Let's go live to Ryan Field and Amy Freeze with the runners and a huge crowd ready to cheer them on. Hey, you guys.
I'll tell you what, guys. Hi there. It is an electric scene down here already. Welcome to the opening ceremonies for the 46th TCS New York City Marathon. This will be the city's biggest sporting event. And really, Amy, what a great way to kick it all off.
It really is the largest marathon in the world, and we're so excited to bring you this part of it. Over the next several minutes, a celebration that really sets the stage for a full weekend of marathon events. Tonight, more than 1,500 delegates from 130 countries are parading across the finish line right here at 67th Street, just inside Central Park.
Yeah, and for the next 3 days, it's going to feel like one continuous party leading up to the big race, Marathon Sunday. Oh, yeah. Tonight, racers from around the world will take part in the Parade of Nations, complete with flags and tributes, as you see right now. So many cultures represented. And tomorrow, the big pasta party. We're going to air a live special from there at 7:30 to bring you all the fun. And then Sunday, it's race day. 5 boroughs covering 26.2 miles.
Ryan, one of the exciting things here is that while we have 50,000 runners participating, the U.S. Olympic Marathon team that competed in Rio has actually been chosen to serve as the Grand Marshals. And several of those Grand Marshals are actually going to be with us during the event, but not all of them.
Not all of them. No, Galen Rupp we are happy to announce he and his wife Kiera welcomed their third child today, Jaden Michael Rupp. So congratulations to the Rupp family. So 5 of the 6 are here, and we're more than welcome to welcome 2 of them to the stage right now.
That's right. Amy Craig, Desiree Linden, and also Jared Ward are the others. But we welcome right now Meb Plevsky and Shalane Flanagan. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Come on, step in here to our booth.
Come on in.
And first of all, Grand Marshals of the Marathon, what does that entail exactly? What are your duties?
Our duty is to just have fun and smile and wave at the crowd.
So far.
Thanks so much.
We're just here to get the party started, so yeah.
Fantastic. You know, Meb, over the years, and not only being of course a winner here at the New York City Marathon, the first American to do it in 27 years back in 2009, but here you are, a part of the New York Road Runners community. What does Marathon Week mean for you?
It means a lot because this is the biggest block party, like everybody's saying, and to be able to just come and tour the 5 boroughs and on your feet to 96.2 journey in the greatest city in the world, capital city of the world. It's just amazing to have all the different countries come to get together.
And you two have both run this marathon before, and I just read that you were talking about how this is 90% mental. For these runners about to embark on these 26.2 miles on Sunday, how much of a mental challenge will they have to overcome when looking at this course?
Well, it's 90% mental, 10% physical, healthy, and ready to go. And you have to just come out across the finish line and the celebration, but you're going to change it mentally. Now you're going to be challenged, but what are you doing it for? It's going to hurt at one point, as we can attest, but at that point you have to dig deeper. Why are you doing it for? And there's a lot of people that can't be able to do it, so think about them.
Absolutely, yeah. You're always thinking about the people that you're running for, and you're always running for something bigger than yourself, and that's always motivating to dig deep and get to the finish line.
Shalane, as you're looking at some of these people, Costa Rica, Pura Vida, everybody's so excited to be here. What is it like to be an elite runner when you have these people coming from all over the world to participate in the very same race, compete with you?
The people, I get to start the race. The women take off first, the elite women, but I have so many inspiring people running behind me, and I feel an obligation to run my best race because I'm the first few steps down the streets of New York City, and they better be good ones. So I feel so much honor and pride that I get to be the first one out there taking those steps for everyone. But it's so motivating because everyone's running for various reasons, and it's just inspiring to know that everyone's running their best race behind me.
And really, as we look at the Dominican Republic, as the Parade of Nations continues here in Central Park, the official kickoff to the 46th TCS New York City Marathon, isn't really the beauty of an event like this is it brings elite runners like yourself, professional runners, and first-timers all experiencing this for the first time. 50,000 plus, all starting at the start line on Staten Island, really kind of encapsulating what this weekend is all about.
Well, the beauty of running is that we go at our pace and we celebrate. As long as you do the 13.1 miles or 26.2 miles, everybody can experience it. And to be able to do it all around the world, New York City Marathon, it's everybody's dream to come to visit New York City Marathon. And to run is just an amazing experience. It's a very energetic city to be able to just take a tour in it. And the different ethnicity is just awesome.
It really is a tour. Do you have a favorite neighborhood or a favorite part of the race you guys
My favorite part is the finish line. It is the most beautiful sight ever. But no, I love Central Park, to be honest, because you can sniff the finish, and the reward is right there. You just can't wait.
Absolutely. How about you, Meb? Do you have a favorite part of the race?
I'm with Shalane. We go by so fast and things and concentrate on being competitive. You can get a feeling a little bit of the heritage of different bros, but when you come here, you're looking forward to Central Park.
Well, I don't know what it says about me, Ryan, but my favorite part of the race is Brooklyn. And I always think my favorite part is Brooklyn because it's the beginning, and I still feel so good in Brooklyn. There's so many people out on the streets. I love that part of the race. It's my absolute favorite. It's kind of fun here to watch. I'm seeing in some of the wider pictures, the New York Roadrunners race director of the marathon, Peter Cha-Cha, dancing around with some of these delegates.
And that's really what this night is all about. It's a celebration of this weekend and of this great event that brings 50,000 plus here to New York City to run in this race. More than 130 countries represented. kid, and we're kind of seeing it all unfold here before our very eyes. And I was talking to everybody here off camera. This is my first marathon. I just got to town a couple of weeks ago. I had heard so much about this event, and you two can speak to this as well. You really can't fully appreciate the energy and the excitement and the magnitude of this event until you're part of something like this.
I mean, it's just a festivity that brings people together, and I just ran into two people today from the hotel to here that she's doing her first marathon after surviving a cancer, and then I met another person who's on the ceremony, but he's doing that the same thing, cancer survives the second time, just doing the celebration. So you hear all this different story, but to overcome challenges that we challenge over the years, and to be able to be here and celebrate is just an amazing feeling.
Running, I believe, brings people together. It's such a beautiful, pure sport, and it's so simple. And it's just, I've never been a part of this Parade of Nations, and I feel so fortunate to be here to witness it today.
Yeah, as raw as each of the stories are that runners have, and as real as those are, there's also a new element to the race this year, and I'm sure you guys have heard somewhat about it, the technology that's available with Tata Consulting and TCS. They've brought their app, which is incredible, where you can track runners, but they're also doing a neat biometrics thing where they're putting equipment on 10 different runners, from elites to first timers, to be able to see what kind of biometric feedback they can have. How has running and technology kind of made a difference for you guys in your races?
I mean, technology is important because we've been seeing it before where you just had a timing clock. Now we have a GPS that kind of tells us a lot of things, and with TCS now monitoring 20 of your favorite runners to be able to get a track of them, and then to be able to just have a mechanism to wear a little chip on it and tells you game mechanics and things like that, and maybe could predict how everybody's doing to that finish line or how your loved ones are doing. So it's just an amazing time.
It's so fun to be able to track your friends and family. You feel like you're part of the race that way. So I think being able to have that technology to incorporate more people and maybe even inspire someone to go out and run because of it. So the advancements are amazing. I'm always floored.
We've talked a little bit about the charities, and some of them are going to be represented here, Ryan, in the Parade of Nations. 340 charities, and the way this works is they get to buy a bib. The charity buys a bib from the marathon New York Roadrunners, and then they raise at least $1,500, some of them more, for their favorite charity, and then they're representing, like you say, their own story of survivorhood, someone in their family. This brings a new meaning for not only the runners but the spectators. When you see somebody running through your neighborhood who's running for Back on My Feet, homeless people in New York, the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation, blood cancer, the Challenged Athletes Foundation, or Team for Kids, one of our very favorites. These are just things that make the marathon so meaningful.
Yeah, and Shalane kind of spoke to this. You talk about 50,000 people, and there's 50,000 different stories. Everybody runs for a different reason. A lot of people doing it for charity. More than $5.5 million was raised through the New York Roadrunners Team Kids Foundation just last year alone. A big part of the charity, really the focal charity here of this race. So there's so many good reasons for these people to run, and I think everybody that comes out and watches this event unfold can really appreciate what these runners are really running for. It's more than just a race. It goes far beyond just the feet hitting the road, so to speak.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about Team for Kids, Meb, because you've really gotten behind this organization, and you've seen really eyeball to eyeball the kids and their experience with running.
I mean, the New York Runners do a great job to be able to do Team for Kids, which is to help exercise kids who cannot afford it, and as a budget cause, there's nothing like that going out of school. So to be able to have, on behalf of the Team Kids, there's so many people that are doing fundraising for them so they can have the opportunity. 50,000 running, but why not start with the young kids, set goals of commitment, hard work, and perseverance. I think it's going to help them to be a better students and a better contributor to society and with their workforce.
Shalane, I have to say, looking at this particular guy here from Germany, you've probably run yourself all over the world in all the different events that you've competed in and been so successful as a runner. What's it like for you when you go to a new place? Because we're seeing these people with pure joy coming to experience a marathon that they have not only prepped for as far as running, but they have dreamed about being here in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, New York City is a representation of our country. It's the land of possibility, a city of possibility. And so when they arrive here, I feel like they're like little kids. They can't wait to just soak in all that is New York City. I feel like we've created this mystique about our city, and people here are just ready to get the party started and just celebrate everything USA, and New York embraces that.
The Germans well represented. Germany, of course, hosts one of the 6 world marathon majors in Berlin every year. Tokyo, London, Boston, Chicago, and yes, New York, the other 5 marathons in the world marathon majors. As we take a look at Great Britain, as the Parade of Nations continues, so many happy faces. You see the flags waving, and it's just one of those things that Sunday, when you see this unfold, you kind of wish race day was already here. Do you guys feel that as runners?
I hope they contain their excitement. They have to pace themselves, right? Exactly. That's what I'm a little worried about out here. I hope not, you know, some of them save some energy and get off their feet later, but yes.
Yeah, it sure is a lot of fun to kick off, and they want to make the most of every moment here in New York City, and that's one thing that you'll kind of get a flavor of. You've got the pasta dinner tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting that right here on WABC. Then we begin with the coverage early on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. We take you through so many facets and stories of the race, and we hope to represent the excitement that all of these folks are showing here tonight and those different stories in the coverage that we have here on WABC.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for us here at Channel 7, and we're happy you're here along with us on a day where we've had a lot of bad news across our city. This is a nice break in the action where we can help provide a little levity, if you will, and celebrate this great weekend here that's about to unfold, culminating right here in Central Park.
You know, and the race has come so far, you guys. We think back to the 1970s when it was just a few loops here around the park. In 1976, they were able to expand it to go all 5 boroughs, and now we're looking at 50,000 runners through all 5 boroughs running 26.2 miles. What an incredible thing to say is happening in your own backyard.
They had 55 finishers in that inaugural race back in 1970, and now we're going to have more than 50,000 finishers here 46 years later, man.
The visionary of Fred LeBeau, you know, to take it 40 years to go to the 5 boroughs and be able to just celebrate it now with all different communities, and to be able to just go to all the 5 boroughs and finish at the epic Central Park is just amazing.
Congratulations, you guys, on all your accomplishments. It's such a thrill to have you here, coming from the Olympic team, and also being our Grand Marshals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan, it's been a lot of fun. We have a long weekend in front of us, but what a way to kick it off here in Central Park.
And we've already had some fireworks out here during the parade. You ready for some more fireworks?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Right overhead.
Let's get ready for those. Those are coming up shortly, right before 6:30. Have those for you right here at Channel 7. In the meantime, for Amy Freeze, I'm Ryan Field. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, thank you. It looks so much fun out there. Every time I see this, I say, I want to do a marathon.
You can do it.
I know. She's done it already.
It is truly one of the greatest events that we have here in New York City, and it's an honor for us to be able to be part of it. Right?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Channel 7 is your home for the TCS New York City Marathon. Join us tomorrow night. Our countdown to the starting line special. It starts at 7:30. And on Marathon Sunday, our live coverage begins at 7 a.m. We will be at the starting line on Staten Island and along the route, and we will bring you the inspiring stories of this year's race.
We are also giving you a front row seat to the finish line at ABC7NY. Click Find Your Finish to see a live stream of that finish line. And then after the race, you'll be able to search for your own finish.
And thank you again for joining us for the opening ceremony of the TCS New York City Marathon. Eyewitness News at 6 is next.